I'd like to inform the committee as well as the commission that based on an article that came out in the Detroit Free Press on November 21st, which raised a number of concerns associated with Michigan's tax abate programs, including the absence of state-required cost-benefit analysis, some concerns as it relates to destroyed documents, as well as the disproportionate share of commercial rehabilitation exemptions, representing approximately $9.3 million in abatement associated with the city of Detroit just for fiscal year 2024 alone. So because of that report and just a number of concerns that we've had over the past few years that I've been on this commission, Chair Bell and I formally requested a comprehensive report from the Wayne County Economic Development Office, the Office of the Treasurer, and the Management and Budget Division of Equalization and Assessment regarding all tax abatements, incentives, and financial assistance actions approved for local municipalities over the past 12 years. So I wanted to also speak to the fact that without objection, under such other matters, we will have that as a follow-up item moving forward. Also, we will have as a follow-up item, because I think it's important for us to keep track of those items that we have placed into the budget to find out how they're progressing throughout the year. We saw a number of projects over the past couple of years basically take a couple of years to come into fruition. But we need to at least know that things are moving along, the status of those things, and sometimes we let those items fall through the cracks. So there will be a standing update on the agenda as it relates to commission budget priorities and the status of those that will be included under such other matters if there's no objection by the committee or our council in regards to that. And so that concludes the chair's report. Oh, yes. Well, meeting will be next Tuesday at 11 o'clock. We'll have a Ways and Means meeting. Remember, we wanted to get those year-end financial reports in this year and not roll over into next year as we've had in recent years. And so the department has asked for us to make the accommodation to meet next week. So we'll meet on the 12th at 11 a.m. 16th. Yeah, 16th. I'm sorry. Okay, 16th. Thank you. Yeah, 11 a.m. Okay, so next item, Madam Clerk.
Item C, approval of the minutes from the November 20th, 2025 meeting.
So moved. It's been moved and supported. Yes.
Mr. Chair, with a amendment, because it has me as excused, but I was in the meeting.
Okay.
So
You send it for the minutes?
yeah,
Okay. Madam Clerk, would you
on the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, November 20th minutes. Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
As amended.
As amended. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we will vote on tablets.
Motion by Commissioner Baidoon, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick for the minutes.
Okay. Okay. All in favor, please vote on tablets. Chair votes yes. Yes on all of this.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item D, unfinished business. There is nothing listed. Moving to item E, number 1. Requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35067, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Who's here to speak to this?
Kamal Keparu, Management and Budget Finance Director for the Department of Health, Human Veteran Services, and Senior Services. Let me just pull my notes out real quick.
Thank you, no problem.
This budget adjustment right here, the department purchased Smart Sheets. This is a software that deal with project management.
Okay, any questions? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you. Thank you. I just had one quick question. Can you tell me what miscellaneous fees are? I know throughout a couple of these, there's like others and miscellaneous, and it's like 100,000 for miscellaneous, 35,000 for materials and supplies, but then 100,000 for other.
Yeah, miscellaneous fees, in our chart of accounts, there's different categories that sometimes fall, I want to say, in a gray area, not as pure as supplies or building rental or whatever.
Mhm.
So we have some line items like this that's basically explaining miscellaneous fees. So just small general stuff
Like,
like this one.
no,
I mean, can you add? Yeah. Was that a good one? Right.
right, right. And then
But I can take a step back and just get a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
please, miscellaneous always, I'm always concerned about miscellaneous fees because things fall into that space. And then through the chair, one more final question. How long are the licenses good for?
Let me get back with
Okay,
you. I
thank
don't
you.
want to say, I'll
Thank
get back with you.
Okay, I believe okay, thank you. Okay, any additional questions? Commissioner Marecki and Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to note that in our analysis, miscellaneous fees are for FOIA requests and operating items and for swag items and staff apparel.
Well, through the chair, swag, like, remember the department came early in the year, they bought either T-shirts or sweaters that got the department logo on it.
But also for these smart sheet licenses.
Correct.
Too. Page 2 of 2. Yep. On number 1.
Okay, Commissioner Marecki, are you,
Yes, thank you. I'm
you're
done.
done? Okay, thank you, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you. Oracle, how does that fit into the smart sheet licenses and
It does
It-
not, two separate things, yeah.
systems?
Like
But
smart
they
sheet,
don't speak to or?
no.
Okay,
You can think of smart sheets, you heard of Asana or Trello,
right.
things that help keep track of your
Right.
tasks. So
And I guess I'm just looking at it like they should somehow, as much as we're working on this Oracle thing, that they might somehow connect. And we are not spending additional money on this, but we are. Thank you.
Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. It was mentioned the swag, and I just wondered, are we talking about things that have individuals' names on them?
no, just a department.
Department, okay,
Right.
thank you.
Okay, any additional questions? Any additional questions? We will be voting on all of the items at the end of the agenda. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-179, certifying revenue in the county health fund.
Okay. You may
Oh, okay.
begin. Yeah.
Well, this right here is just certifying funding for the FQHC. We get a couple awards. When I say a couple awards, the FQHC is on a different funding year from June to May. So this is just certifying the funds for the FQHC.
Okay. Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Number 3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-125, certifying revenue in the county health fund.
There were some outstanding questions that staff had was expecting. And I think that you are prepared to address those questions for this item and a couple more other items. And I'll recognize staff to speak to
Well,
that.
Through the chair, for item number 3, that was the additional analysis that Mary passed out, that we received the answers right before the meeting. So that's item number 3. The other items may be addressed at the table, but those are the answers for item number 3 that we're on right now.
Okay. And so at this time, department.
Well, yeah, this 700 and 5,000 is part of the CPBC. And during the funding of the CPBC, we get additional funding, and this is local stabilization money.
Okay, commissioners, do you have any questions on this item? Any questions from any of the members? Okay, Commissioner Maraki.
Thank you. So the second question under the fiscal questions, the business unit still appears to be over budget by 174,600. How and when will that be corrected? The responses will balance out at the end of the fiscal year. So
Correct. So like right now, you see a lot of these budget adjustments is for last fiscal year. So as we get all the budget adjustment in, matter of fact, most of these is to reconcile. So as the budget adjustments all get in the system, we'll see where we're left off at. And then if we need to make another budget adjustment to balance everything out, we will. But as of now, most of the budget adjustments are coming through, we'll balance it out.
balance it. Okay.
And then I'll just go further. You all remember me saying what we do with the grant funding is our goal is to save general fund. So when money like this come in, what we do is move some of the salaries and stuff over to that. So that's part of our reconciliation process
Okay.
to maximize our grant funding.
Charge it back to the grant.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so any additional questions? Any additional questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-165, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Who's here to speak to this?
Oh, not me.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I'm Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants, and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. What you have before you is a budget adjustment request of $1,500,000 to reallocate the funds to computer equipment and miscellaneous operating costs to cover the costs associated with the move to the Criminal Justice Center. So that there is a distinction, in addition to 400 laptops that were approved by the full commission, we've also had to spend a third amount of money to reconcile the computers that are hardwired and standalone in each assistant prosecutor's office. This should be the last budget adjustment that we require for the operating costs for the move to the Justice Center. And meanwhile, to anticipate the question regarding miscellaneous costs, the miscellaneous here are miscellaneous operating costs, which will be reconciled as we go through the budget cycle. I'm happy to answer any other questions that may be raised.
Okay, any questions? Anyone have any questions on this item? Okay. Okay, thank you, Tony. And I know
I
you did
appreciate
give us, I know you gave me a heads up as relates to you rejoin us by Zoom, so I appreciate that.
I appreciate being allowed to join by Zoom. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you to the members of the committee.
Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 5, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35201, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Is anyone online to speak to this?
Morning, Commissioners, or is it afternoon?
Can you speak louder? We can't really hear you.
Good afternoon, Benita Terry, Wayne County Sheriff's Office, Chief of Administration, and I also help with me Jerome Pokorny, Director of Finance.
Okay,
So we're here before you today. We have a budget adjustment for $50,213 for the de-escalation grant to certify the funds. The de-escalation grant, these funds were used for our sheriff brochures and for the Citizen Academy items that were purchased.
okay. Okay, any questions of Ms. Terry? Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Terry. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Number 6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-199, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Okay, who's here to speak to this?
This is another Sheriff's Office item. Benita
Okay.
Terry, Sheriff's Office, Chief of Administration. Here's the budget adjustment for $980,211. This is for the secondary roads grant to certify the funds. With this budget adjustment, the funds that we received, there was no match required. We were able to purchase 2 vehicles, cameras, and laptops. And also it helps assist with salaries of our employees in road patrol.
Are there any questions? Any questions? Any question on this item? Next item is item number 7, which is one of those items in which we were, as our staff said, that we are to expect further explanation on this item. And so who's here to speak to item number 7?
Well, Kamal Kaparu, Finance Director for the department. I don't have a question in front of me. So what's the question that was submitted?
Through the chair, Mary Carr, Deputy Director. Why are the funds being reallocated for future tuition reimbursements for employees in the director's office if fiscal year 24-25 has been closed and we're now in fiscal year 25-26?
Through the chair. Actually, if you see the date on this budget adjustment is from back in April. The timeline, I'm not sure why it took this long, but again, this is just finalizing the funds we spent in last year's budget.
So you're saying that this was actually spent out of last year's
Last year, correct.
budget. So is there any explanation that you can give us or assumption that you can give us at this time? And someone from management and budget here who can speak to this?
Philip Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget. This was when I came in, there were a lot of outstanding budget adjustments. This was one of the ones that were batched when I came in. One of the things I instructed our staff to do when I got here was to go back, anything that hadn't been processed, if it was still valid, to push it through. So that's why it came so late as opposed to when it should have happened, probably in the summer sometime.
Okay, so how are we have a Ways and Means meeting next week.
Mhm.
How are we as far as concluding the closeout?
Actually, we're finalizing budget adjustments, also working with financial reporting for the Act for budget adjustments as well. So those we'll be bringing to you on the 16th.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Staff, does that satisfy you? I mean, it is what it is, I guess, at this point. But
Just trying to clean it up.
thank you. Any additional questions? Any additional questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 8, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-171, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
This is also another one that we are to expect further explanation on this item.
Philip Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget. This budget adjustment was to cover a project consultant that was working in the Management and Budget Administration Division, specifically in procurement. They're still currently working in that position, and this is to cover a variance with the costs that were actually charged throughout the year.
Okay, okay. Any questions? Any additional questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 9, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-113, certifying revenue in the law enforcement fund.
Okay, I remember this annual grant, the Balmer. I think we gave a resolution for them because of their support of various programs last year. Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-174, reallocating expenditures in the HHS Nutrition Fund.
Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-194, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Okay. Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Let me just ask, Mr. Jackson. Okay, so how is, we've been hearing a lot of rumbling as it relates to SNAP and food distribution and the needs of our residents out there, and particularly with this program, a very important program, Meals on Wheels. How is that progressing along?
Commissioner, hello, Chuck Jackson, It's on Department Director for Wayne County Senior Services. Welcome. As of right now, there will be allocating funds for the through the Older Americans Act. I just read this morning, I think in February, they'll be actually distributing the funds. The budget has been or the funds have been allocated through January 30th of next year. So we do have funds that are available. We are all anxiously looking at what will happen with SNAP. We anticipate that there may be more people actually seeking Meals on Wheels services as a result of the changes to SNAP. So right now we have no way of necessarily calculating that or knowing that, but there is an expectation, particularly you have an age group 54, I think it's age 54 to 64 that have to meet work requirement hours in order to receive SNAP funding. We're not sure how this will impact us, but as of this point, the funding for Meals on Wheels is the same as it was last fiscal year. So we do have money. The challenge is it has not been increased, though there is efforts to allocate or advocate for increased funding through the Older Americans Act, but that has not been passed yet.
Okay, well, thank you for the update. Please keep us informed ahead of time. Is there any additional question? Commissioner Anderson?
I think there was some correction to the dates on there. Was that correct?
Yes, that it was 2025.
So there's not a 26?
There will be a Meals on Wheels America conference in 2026, but this was actually for the conference that was attended in August 25 through 28 of 2025.
Okay, so we're not approving. Are we approving in advance for the 26?
No, this was a budget amendment to my budget. The administrative budget is all through general fund. So this was allocating funding for one line item in the general fund and the senior services admin budget to another line to pay for the travel and expenses for the conference.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any additional questions? Any additional questions? At this time, I'll entertain a motion for item 1 through 11. Okay,
We have a motion by Vice Chair Baidoon and supported by Commissioner Anderson.
please vote on your tablets. Chair votes yes.
I vote yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item F, such of the matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
At this time, Madam Clerk, I would like to ask if you would please open up the microphones, and I'd like those individuals who are joining us by Zoom and telephone, if you would like to bring some comments to the committee, to please indicate such by raising your hand or inside of the chat.
Here, there are no hands on Zoom and no emails were received.
I'd like to ask, is there anyone present who's in person who would like to address this committee? And I see Mr. Darcel.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Darcel Brown, Chief Assistant for the Wayne County Executive's Office. I just wanted to bring clarity that we did receive your tax abatement letter from yourself as well as Chairwoman Bell. I just sent over an email because we were having trouble viewing the letter. When we try to print it, it's kind of funky. So if they could resend it, and then we'll make sure that I'll follow up on that as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, at this time, a motion to adjourn is in order. So moved. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify